I know it's laggy. I'm sure you are. This froze up on y'all. I'm trying, man. I'm just kind of putting around here. I know the service out here, I really would like to do like an all-day live stream with the guys. It's so hard to find, you know. Been a cold front moved in. Kind of shut down. I moved around a lot, really trying to locate them because they're getting ready to go up on the beds. They're not on the beds yet, but they're getting ready to go. But I'm telling you, Sunday's video, I was at Monday. All right, guys, listen, I tried it. It just ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna get off here, figure out try and talk to y'all a little bit. But apparently the cell service is not going to allow me to do much in the way of live while we're out here. And I mean, I'm dead center of the lake, main lake. And we'll get off here. I'm gonna head back to the boat ramp, load up. And is it good for you, Sean? Well, maybe it's picking up right here where I'm at. Now the problem's gonna be you can't hear me for the wind. But I figured I'd try to do a live stream while I was out here, but nothing's gonna cooperate, I don't think. Yeah, I'm telling you, Pastor, man, I had a heck of a Monday. You know, we had all them warm days right up until Monday. Monday was the last day, and we had a little bit of cold front come through. Now, I'm on the tail end of that cold front fishing today. It's been a little tougher. They backed off, kind of got lockjaw. Should have slowed down. But I'm just trying to feel out, you know, where the fish are right now. It's a little chilly, you know, right now. I think it's about 56 out here. A little bit of breeze, about 37 this morning. Yeah, Monday they were shallow. Well, you know, the ones that I was catching Monday, and I don't want to give away too much, they wasn't actually too shallow. They were out, but now, I mean, I'm telling you, man, wait till this coming Sunday's video. You'll see it was a good time. And today, you know, after the cold front, you know how these fish are, bass and pasture. They can get some lockjaw. But what I was wanting to do today, and I accomplished that, was really cover water, find active fish, tell me where these groups of fish are, so that I know where they're going up on the beds at. Which I know pretty well where they're going up on the beds anyway. But I really figure that will probably be, the full moon is Tuesday. We're gonna have I think it's going to be in the 70s by Saturday. So today is Thursday. It's going to be in the 70s by Saturday. So this cold front pushed through, kind of locked them down a little bit today. Yep, little green worm. I'll tell you something though, I don't really throw a green one. One of them's kind of green, and sometimes it can be green depending on the watercolor. And the watercolor ain't great. Better down here where I'm at than it is up the lake. But up the lake, it's, if you know where they're at up there, it's fun because you can throw moving baits right now. Yeah, I figure that'll probably happen Tuesday. Now the only problem is wind noise, right? But you know, water temps today actually knocked it down. I am not a great fisherman. Trust me. You watch that last video, you know I'm not great. Oh man. Oh, my buddy caught one fish. I did throw big swim baits all day long, that big bull shad and stuff, but man, you know, it was great. Let me show you around this lake just a little bit. It's real pretty. Here, let me flip you around so I can actually see what I'm showing you. For you guys that ain't never seen it, this is the main body on Top Secret Lake S. But like I said, man, I've got a video coming for you. Today was all right. It was what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be tough, especially I was going through moving baits all day, which is what I did. I located fish. Yeah, I have tried big swim baits here. I do enjoy them. I actually, now I wasn't throwing big swim baits today, but today, you know, I wished I could have covered a little more down here. But I had some places I wanted to check still up the lake for the most part of the day. I started to come out tomorrow too, but right now down here, they are, what's going on, Mike Coleman? They are really on, you know, the swim bait, but you know, we won't say the big swim bait, even though you can throw them and you can catch them right now. They are not everywhere. Well, I'm telling you, by tomorrow they'll probably start getting active again. You know, today is the first day in the warm-up. If you find dirty water and you got a little bit of wind, you might want to pick up an A-rig. I put about 18 pounds in the boat Monday on an A-rig. So, and most of it out of one creek. But down this way, you know, maybe a swim bait, you know, 5-6 inch swim bait. I've been going back and forth all day. The wind would kick up and go down, but it's a lot clearer down here. It's probably 4 or 5 feet down here right now. Oh, I just know I'm tired. I'd like to fish some more, but I broke off both my A-rigs. So I'm out of the particular color that I've got. Surgery tomorrow. I hate to hear that, Mike. I hope everything goes well. Whew. Yeah, you know, it's supposed to be fairly nice through the weekend. Of course, you know, I've got to work. You know, I started to pick up a floating worm, and I did not do it. But, and that's, I know you know that's one of my favorite things in the world to do. And I thought about it all day. I thought about it. I don't know how much it would have worked today. But, like I said, this cold front's got them knocked, you got them a little more lockjaw right now. More rain, 54. That's kind of what happened today here, or this past week, 54. We was in the lows in the 30s, highs in the 40s, low 50s. For me, I would rather have, hey, Talon, boy, look at that guy. He is hopping some waves over there. I'd rather have a Talon because I got the Humminbirds. It folds down easy. Let's see. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I've lost 3 this week. That's expensive. What's going on, Upstate Angler? The temps in the back of the pockets, it's pretty much everywhere right now. It's about 55, 56, which is what it was Monday too. So, you know, we ain't in that sweet zone yet. I'd say the big cities are crazy. Sean, you need to stay safe up there. You know, I'm lucky enough, I live way out. I don't know where you live at, Bassett Pastor, but I live over in Virginia around the nowhere. What am I going to crank in the cold water? If I was cranking today, I'd probably be throwing a lot of DTs. I wanted something with a little more drawing power than a DT right now, and something I could fish really down the steep. Well, I mean, look at that. That's a prime example. Something that's you're going to fish down the steep banks. 60 on the Solex. I'd say Sunday you was probably right. Now remember this. The true water temp is first light. True water temp. The rest of it, you can literally drop your sonar down in the water a little bit, and it'll actually give you different readings. True water temp is what's going on, Bass Munitions. True water temp is first thing in the morning. So, and I'd say probably on Sunday you probably easily seen 60s. Yeah. Well, the Vexus got the air seats too. Yeah, not true temp. Yeah. Well, that's what I was just telling them, man. I was on the main lake down here, and I mean, there was just no signal. I mean, it was coming in and out. I thought about trying to do it live all day, but I mean, the signal was just horrible. The deepest part of my lake, I'm in 177 feet right now, and I'd say if I'd go over that direction, I'd probably be out in about 210, 230. I'd say, Richard, what is the deepest part? Well, man, I was looking into them backpacks too, Richard, and the problem is what they do, they don't really have a signal booster. All they do is they've got two, so like you'd use two service providers, so like Verizon or AT&T. The problem with this is me and you been out here and you got Verizon and AT&T, and the signal still sucks. Gosh, guys, I gotta get trimmed up. 205. I think down by the dam you can get down to about full pull, summer pull. I think down there you can get about 230, can't you? Ain't there a spot down there? I believe I've seen it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 215. Maybe y'all are right on that. Yeah, I like to throw a crawl. What's going on, head case? So, man, y'all got any questions? I'm just putting around. I'm heading back. I got about a 15-minute ride, probably back to the boat ramp. I mean, I'm not going to go this slow. Well, it's more of a highlands. I mean, I can't compare this to a Great Lake. You can see the shoreline. But, it ain't no ocean. But we tend to fish deep. Yeah, I caught them. It was a tougher day, which I was moving a lot today. I'm in search mode. Now, I'm telling you, man, I laid waste to them Monday. That outboard is a 98. This boat's a 98. That outboard's a 98. It's old. It's a miracle. All I can say is pray for me. I can't afford a motor right now. Well, I know. That's why I kind of did this. I'm not fishing right now. There's a couple of places. I got a couple of rods out with some swim baits on them. I'm triangulating your signal. Everybody that's on the live stream, I'll give you a hint where Top Secret Lake S is. Northeast Tennessee. What's up, Casting with Casey? Yes, it does. Not as bad as Douglas, though. Now, I'm telling you, whew, Douglas. Oh, whoops. I mean, Top Secret Lake D. Whoop, that one slipped out. Now, buddy, it can get rough on that lake. It's crazy. But like I said, I'm just kind of putting back. I just figured I'd holler at you guys. You know, I know everybody else is probably going back because I don't see a boat anywhere. There's one way over there. So I'd say everybody else is loading up. So I'd rather talk to you guys than sit at a boat ramp waiting. Especially when you're loading and unloading by yourself, which I'm pretty good at doing it pretty quick. I can move pretty quick for a fat old man. But yeah, today, you know, we had a cold front come through for all you guys that wasn't on here. We had some record warm temperatures up until Monday this past week. Yeah, he should be coming. I figured Tuesday. Tuesday's full moon, and spinnerbait kicking Orange, Colorado. Yep. Top Secret Lake D. Yeah, man. I have to agree with that. The only time I like any lake better than that is when the worm bite's on this lake. Because, man, it's close quarters, hand-to-hand combat with big smallmouth. I mean, and I bet I've got 150 spots where they come up and spawn. I mean, I cover this lake from front to back, and it probably take me 4 days to fish. But I mean, they're there every single year. It's like almost like clockwork. Now they may not always be big ones. I kind of missed it last year. I was second, kind of the second group coming up. I missed the big ones coming up on that first group. But you know what's funny about this lake is, you know, we talk about spawners, guys. You see that stuff right there? I mean, they'll spawn right on that, and you know, you can see where I'm at. You know, now I'm not telling you they're spawning in that area. I don't think I've ever fished that area. But, you know, that's the kind of stuff, that sort of black shell rock up here is what we kind of look for. And it's got to be horizontal. You know, you can kind of see how the seams can sometimes run deep and clear. Yeah, this lake is in the middle of filling up, and the upper end was turning over on Monday. So you got that kind of, you know, the upper end was really dirty, and the lower end will probably start to turn over here in the next week or two. It'll take it a little bit longer because it's so deep, but it's got that dirty look to it. It's probably only about 5 feet clear right now. Wait a minute, let me see. How does the soft green solar bat compare to the moss back color? I can't tell you. I've never tried the soft green. These are the moss, and I really like them for the high sun, like this type of day. I can see into the water really well. Yeah, but you know, unfortunately, I'm not super lucky to live near. Really, I mean, these lakes are tough. I mean, this lake right here, and Bass and Pasture, he can, you know, yeah. Now that's a great lake. That's about what, 4 hours away from me. But you know, these lakes are tough, man. These are, I don't remember what these are called. Hold on, let me see if I got them on. The Cruise. I think originally these were designed by like a John Cruise, but I don't know if he's with them. Yeah. If your home lake is Norris, you really do know. Yeah, it's tough. I'm telling you, man. If you can fish these lakes up here and you catch fish consistently, I do have a big head. I agree. And you know what's funny though? This part is big. I've got a big jaw line. My cranium's really small. That's why I can't keep it. Watch, I mean, my hat won't stay on. It flew out in the water earlier. Luckily, it floated, so I got it back. But I'm telling you, man, you fish. If you catch fish in these lakes consistently, it's fun going to places like Cumberland and going to places like, you know, Del Holla and, you know, the Barren River and Chick and, you know, the Tennessee River lakes like, you know, Loudon, Watts Bar. You know, if you catch them in these lakes up here, man, you can catch them. I can't catch them in these lakes. That's my problem. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's you know, prime example. They're, you know, number one, they're smallmouth, and I'll tell you what these smallmouth are like up here. They remind me so much of the blueback herring lakes down in North and South Carolina, because these lakes are so steep, man. These smallmouth will relate to bait fish, to shad. That's it. I mean, they'll straight up relate to nothing. They'll be out over 80 foot of water chasing shad. Well, you know, me and Richard from Bass Munitions, you know, in the fall, you know, we were over 60, 70, 80 foot of water throwing a top water, and you know, they were coming up from 60 foot hitting that top water on us. So, I mean, that's kind of what this lake. That's what makes this lake so hard, you know. I mean, I'm not knocking the northern smallmouth because they are tubs. Yeah. But you know, and I've seen some real good anglers, but you know, number one, from what I've been told from being NOAAC, you know, they don't get a lot. The smallmouth up there don't get a lot of the same pressure. I mean, I promise you, it don't look like there's any boats out here, but man, this is a Thursday and this place was packed. This place gets a ton of pressure. Everything I found today seemed like they were halfway back in the creeks. That's what I found. And that was consistent today too. You know, the cold front didn't knock them back. You know, it's not going to shove them back out of the creeks, but it's just going to lock them down. A lot of times you have to move slower. And, you know, a lot of times I was throwing an A-rig just trying to find groups of fish. And so I really noticed today throwing that A-rig as opposed to Monday when we had, you know, 70 and 80 degree weather for 4 or 5 days. That, yeah, it smokes like crazy. It smokes like a college kid in Denver, Colorado. Yeah, the ramp's always packed. Even during a snowstorm, you got that right. Everybody knows though up here, man, some of the best times to catch these smallmouths when it's snowing. It depends. I like weighted heads. I'm a 1/8 kind of go-to guy. Now, I'll go 1/8 all the way around. If I'm in Virginia, that's kind of my go-to. You know, in Tennessee, and this lake is right on the border, you can't have but 3 hooks. So what I'll do is I'll put 2/4 on the bottom and 1/8 in the middle for the target bait, because that bait's a little bigger anyway, and so it still kind of averages out. Now sometimes I will go 1/8 all the way around. I do have dummy heads that are weighted 1/8, and I like those a lot. But man, I have lost a ton. Like I'm out of A-rigs right now that I brought with me. I've lost 3 over the past few days. And just so you know, Mr. Bass Munitions, I'm out of sour grape. That's what I put about we'll call it I didn't weigh them, but we'll call it, it's a big bag. I put a big bag together Monday. It was fun. Like I said, y'all be seeing that video Sunday. Hopefully if I get it edited in time. But all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off here. I'll show y'all a little shot. There's the bridge, the marina. And like I said, give y'all a little bit of top secret lake ass love. But I'm gonna get off here. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're down there in Texas, shoeless. You don't count. You're just as bad as being in Florida. I will, man. Y'all all be safe. Have I tried a flutter spoon on this lake? Yes, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give away a secret right now. Now it's done over now, but a flutter spoon early, right before they really start moving, get you some of those crank wraps. Get you about a 6-inch, and put you some of those crank wraps. They don't make them in the for the flutter spoon and rainbow trout, but they make them for the glides. So you can take the glides and you can put that rainbow trout on there. You know, it lines up. It ain't got to be perfect. It's just got to look close to a daggone rainbow trout. And get out there and throw that flutter spoon. And when you throw that flutter spoon, crank it real hard. Let it settle to the bottom and then crank it 2 or 3 times. Don't rip it up. You can thank me for that one later. Bass and Pastor. Find those schools setting out on those points like that. But anyway, guys, I am getting off here. I am going to hold your horses there, Mr. Bass Munitions, because next week I'm off Wednesday and Thursday, and I'm gonna try and fish both days. Now they're giving some ugly weather right now, but that's still quite a ways away. Thank you, Joshua. So you know, Thursday you may be doing some worm fishing with me. So if they're out here and they're on it, and I just really believe they're gonna be. I just don't see how they ain't gonna be. But anyway, all right, guys. I'm gonna trim her. Oh man, I gotta strap down 2 rods. I forgot. I have literally putted for I don't know how many miles. It's crazy. Oh, I gotta strap down some rods. That would have been bad. Here, I'll take y'all for a little ride if you want to go. Let's see. What was that? I see something. Yeah, I know. Well, let's see. Let's put that up there. Let's trim it down. All right, guys. Here. I'll give you a little ride back to the dock. All right, when I get to the dock, I'm gonna close it up. No, it ain't Somerset. All right, here we go. There we go. I got the blowed out look now. All right, guys. That's the ride. I gotta get this crap put up. Yeah, I seen you. Who was there right there? All my luge rod. I do have a stack of them. Well, what's funny is though the two that's sitting on the deck right now, they are they're Daiwas. I've used my luge reels all day long. I will, brother. I'll call you on the way back in. I use my luge reels, but that's my A-rig, my other swim baits, and they all broke off. So I'm gonna have to reline a bunch of them. But all right, guys, I'm getting off here. I gotta tie up and back the truck down, and look at that quality stuff. Got a van parked right here, right in front of the boat ramp. A bunch of people out walking around. There's all kinds of trails, people. Use the daggone trails. Get out of the boat ramp. Get out of the way on the boat ramps. Anyway, I'm not gonna vent. I'll talk to y'all later. You know what it is. You guys rock, man. See ya.